I wanted to make a quick video to help you with rounding because that's really what we're doing to estimate on these 2 pages if you were struggling with rounding these numbers. So for each of these problems that Mrs. Wallace did in the first video, she rounded to the nearest whole number. So that means that if we're rounding to this number right here, okay, to the whole number, we want to look at the next number, the first number after the decimal. And we have 2 rules for rounding. If that number, the next number, the one to the right, is between 0 and 4, we keep the number before the same. If that number is from 5 to 9, we round up to the next whole number. Okay, so just to review that, the 5 is the number we're rounding, but we look at the next number over the 9. Because it's between 5 and 9, we round up, so this becomes 6. I do the same thing for the next number. I want to round to the whole number, but in order to do that, I need to look at the next number, the 3. Because that number is between 0 and 4 this time, right here, now I'm going to keep it the same, so it becomes 6 minus 7, minus, same thing, this is my whole number right here, but I'm going to look at the next number, the 2. Again, because that's between 0 and 4, I'm going to keep that number the same. So that's what that problem becomes when I round it. Use that to estimate your answer and decide whether their answer is reasonable. Now, fractions are a little bit trickier to round, but one thing that I find really helps me is if you can compare your fraction to 1/2, okay? So basically, if your fraction is less than 1/2, okay, you will keep your number the same, the whole number the same. Okay, so if the fraction is less than 1/2, we're going to keep it the same. If the fraction is more than 1/2, okay, we're going to round up to the next whole number. So I use that to think about how I'm going to round these numbers. So they stay negative if they're negative. Then I'm going to look at the fraction, okay? Is 5/6 more than 1/2? Well, what's a half if I divide it into 6 pieces? So if I have my pizza and I divide it into 6 pieces, half of them is 3 of them. So 5/6 is more than 1/2. So that means that I'm going to round up. I shouldn't have written this 5 here, because I'm actually going to write -6, okay? Or when I say up, it actually is closer to -6, which is actually smaller, but you guys get the idea. Okay. Same thing here. Now I want to think about 1/3. Well, 1/3 is less than 1/2. I'd rather have half a pizza than a third of it. So that too stays the same. Same thing right here. I want to look at that 1/6. That 1/6 is also less than a half, so the 5 stays the same. So that's what this becomes when I round it. Use that to estimate whether that answer is a reasonable answer.